Welcome to Walk into Wellness. My name is Alice. I'm your host. And our guests today, Sandrine and Lynette, are here to share about health and wellness. And we want to offer some wellness action steps with you all today. And it might be a little something that you consider and take into your own wellness walk and enhance the quality of your life. 3 points that we have to share today. Building connection. Second point, calming the mind. And third point, building balance within your own body. And when I think about building connection, I think about the relationships that I'm building every day. I think about maybe walking my dog and having that time and building connection there. Any thoughts, ladies?
I think that that is probably the most common thing people think of is building connections with others. The one thing I think is that we don't do often enough is build a connection with ourselves and with our own body. I think we lose awareness of our own body. So to me, I think that just building that personal connection with your own body, understanding the messages it's trying to send you and interpreting those and trying to make changes from those is so important.
I agree.
And I think one of the ways that we can do that is through food. I think that we've lost our connection to food, and we've lost the understanding that the food is what really nourishes our body. It's where we get the vitamins, the minerals, the nutrients that every single cell in our body needs to make us healthy, vibrant, happy individuals. And I really think that's something that we've really lost that connection.
Well, how do you think we could get that back?
I think the easiest way to do it is through food, and each time that you eat, really becoming mindful of what you eat. So when you take a bite, really chewing that bite, savoring the flavors, the textures. It is, right. You've got to feel that food and really envision how that food is going to help your body and nourish it. It doesn't matter if you're eating a cheeseburger or if you're eating a strawberry. The first step is really just to become aware of what is that food doing to your body. And what you will find over time is once you bring that awareness into your body and you really start connecting to your food and connecting to your body, you're going to realize, oh, wow, I don't feel so great after that cheeseburger. And you're going to really understand that your body is giving you signals of what is the right foods for you to eat and what are not the right foods for you to eat.
Yeah, that is a great example of that, when people eat poorly, normally they get a high from the bad carbs, and then all of a sudden they become very tired, and because they are not aware of what this food is doing to them. But also, on the other hand, when you do eat properly, you have a lot of energy after you eat. And people are not aware of that. I got all this energy, or you're going to feel tired after you finish eating.
But that's an awareness, because if, say you have the TV going, or you're driving, or you're at your desk working while you're eating, you may not be able to separate that awareness to connect it to your food. You might be thinking, gosh, I'm tired because I've had a busy morning at work. Or if you're laying on the couch watching TV, you may be so into the movie, you're not able to connect with your body and go, oh, my body's actually full. You might still eat, or you might not be able to relate, gosh, I don't feel very well after I ate that, and you might not be able to relate it to the food. So it is getting back to that connection.
So my thought is that when we start to let go of those distractions, we can start to focus in and be a little bit more mindful in our eating and our eating patterns. And the slightest change as far as adding new foods into your meals or subtracting foods, you start to notice the difference with your energy levels. If you're bringing in healthier foods and kind of letting go of the foods that have the preservatives and the high carbs, you begin to notice the difference.
Exactly. And for many, many years, that was my problem, and I had no idea.
And most people don't.
I mean, for breakfast, all that sugary stuff, and then if I was working at my job, I'm at my job for at least 3 hours nodding off because of the bad foods that I ate before work. And I had never known that was affecting my productivity, early in the morning.
Exactly. And most people don't, because our breakfast is a perfect illustration. We do eat sugary, high carb breakfasts, loaded with caffeine. We're not giving our body what it needs to carry us forward. And it's something that our society's really lost that connection to our food, and it shows in the health of the people around us. That's why we have so many people that are diabetic. We have so many people that are struggling with obesity, so many people that aren't able to function well at work because their minds aren't clear. So it is a connection.
That will give you a brain fog also.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Once you start eating cleaner and you really start connecting to your food, you'll be amazed. Then if you ate a donut, you would just feel horrible. Your body no longer wants that, and it recognizes that that is not a proper food source.
Exactly.
So that's where we want to get to. So really it's just taking baby steps. Awareness is the first step to bringing us there. Alice, do you have anything as far as helping us become more aware of our food?
Absolutely. It's interesting. A few years ago, I attended an Ayurvedic workshop, and in that workshop, we were taught many ways to become mindful. And one way was sitting at the table and being completely silent during our meal, which was
that's hard to do.
It was certainly. It was certainly uncomfortable to the point where I started to giggle and laugh. And it's really there's different cultures. So when you think about the way we come together to build connection, it's different from culture to culture. When you go into Europe and India and the United States, we're just so consumed with
we don't have a culture around food. We really don't, because you're right. All these other cultures do have traditions around meal times. Americans, we really don't. We find the fastest.
We used to
We
have
did.
that.
You're right. Many years ago,
Yes.
but we have lost it. Now we want the cheapest, fastest, quickest option.
Exactly.
Well, why don't we find something that'll help us kind of bring in that first step?
Okay. Well, something fun we can do here in the studio, and you can do at home, is if you have any strawberries in your refrigerator, I would encourage you to join in on this little exercise.
Strawberry. They look delicious.
Pick out your strawberry.
Any chocolate around?
No chocolate. But we're going to do an eating meditation, and this will just kind of help you become a little more present with your food. Do you have time to even taste and feel the texture and all of that good stuff that comes along with, enjoying a meal? So what I'm going to have you do is close your eyes, and I want you to take that strawberry in your hand, and I want you to bring it to your nose, and I just want you to smell the aroma. It's so lovely.
It smells delicious.
It does. You can almost taste it in your mouth, and that's amazing because we're bringing our senses into the experience. It's part of the experience. And I want you to take that strawberry, and I just gently want you to bring it to your mouth. You can feel the texture on your lip. Can you feel, what do you feel there, ladies, when you're,
feel the bumps of the seeds.
I feel that I'm ready to eat it. I know that for sure.
So we're connecting with our food, and you can feel the seeds in there, right? And you can feel the skin of the strawberry. And just before you even bite into that strawberry, just imagine how amazing that's going to be to bite into it. And go ahead and take your first bite.
How tasty.
These were definitely picked right at the right moment because they have contained that sweetness. And just enjoy being present with your food. Let's open our eyes. We could spend a few minutes doing that and really enjoying it. But, that's the whole essence of becoming mindful. You just start to really allow your senses to tap in and connect. And, the
longer you chew your food, the sweeter it's actually going to become. And the more you chew your food, the more your saliva builds digestive enzymes, which allow your body to break that down. So the more mindful you are, and the more you chew, and the more relaxed you are, your body is actually starting the digestive process in your mouth. So before it even goes into your stomach, you're building those digestive enzymes your body needs to break it down.
Yeah, so the stomach doesn't have that much work to do.
Exactly.
If you're doing it all in the mouth.
That's a great point.
Yes.
Yeah,
Awesome.
if you send it on down, then the rest of your body has to compensate for the fact that you just threw something in your mouth without thinking about it, with barely chewing it. Now the rest of the digestive system has to make up for that, and oftentimes it doesn't have the proper enzymes further down to do it.
Exactly. That's great information. And another way that we can actually, encourage the digestion is through movement, a little meditation, as we're deep breathing and we're reaching into the bowl of the belly and we're, reaching that diaphragm, that helps with our digestive process. So a little exercise, another
We
little
all love to
exercise.
exercise.
Ready?
Let's go. I need to
Okay. So what
get
I'd like you to
moving.
do is just step to the edge of your seat and, get grounded. Feel your feet connected to the earth. And what we're going to do is we're going to first tap into the power of the breath, because you can hear it everywhere you go, especially in a yoga class, and you're instructed to breathe and just breathe, inhale, bring in that breath. But a lot of times students don't know really what you're talking about, and they're
I think
just
most people are. They're confused when they first start a yoga class. When you say power of the breath, they're like, what does that mean? Yeah, I think it's very confusing.
And do I know? Because when I first started, I had no clue. And I used to ask Alice, that's how I met her in her studio. And when she was telling me, to breathe in with certain poses and to breathe out as you go into another pose, it's repetition and you will learn it eventually. But it's practice makes perfect.
And then you bring it into your daily life. You don't just breathe
Oh,
deeply during
definitely.
yoga. You find, oh, wow, I'm breathing deeper all the time. Anytime I'm
Exactly.
stressed, you get to go
Oh,
back
that
and
really
hear
works for
Alice's
that.
voice in your mind telling you to breathe
Exactly.
deeply. Yeah.
Right. So it's
It's
not
true.
only just using it for, yoga poses, but just life itself. Everyday life is great to use.
And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about exercising the breath, pranayama, that life force, that prana. So a great exercise to start with, and you can do this at home, you can do this at your job when you're sitting at work and you're busy all day and you want to
And
just take a
long
break.
drives
Long
with the traffic.
95 is
yeah.
probably a good 95 deep breathing.
Maybe when you're stuck in traffic, a little, twist and a nice deep breath in and out. So we're going to help encourage, digestion in the stomach. So let's go ahead and take a nice deep breath in. We're going to imagine we have a string at the crown of the head lifting us tall. Relax those shoulders. And we'll go ahead and take another deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose, preferably. We want to really stretch that breath, elongate that breath. And as you're breathing in and out, you're going to observe where physically you're feeling that expansion in the body. Feeling it in the chest, the back of the body, reaching into the belly. So that inhale enhances the belly. It feels like a balloon. And then on the exhale is surrendering. Do you feel what it feels?
Feels nice.
Feels
I already
good
feel myself relaxing.
to
and-
lengthen the breath. Let's add a little movement. So let's inhale. Remember that string pulling tall at the crown of the head. And exhale to your left. Let's cup the knee with the right palm. Sweep that left arm and hand behind. And be sure to turn the head. That's part of the spine, your cervical spine. And nice, deep, mindful inhales and exhales. We're actually moving into smaller space here. In yoga, we call that dukkha. And we want to create space in the body. That sukha, that happiness, that good space within the body. Let's inhale and take it back to center.
That felt really good.
So do you understand when I'm talking about space within the body? Moving into that rotation. Did you feel like it was a little bit more challenging to breathe?
Not challenging. It just feel very relaxing to
Okay.
me. Very relaxing.
I agree, yeah.
And opened.
Tuning.
We're open. Your diaphragm is being twisted, and as you breathe in and out, the diaphragm is working properly, and that feels very relaxing.
That's good. And we're oxygenating every cell in our body, which is great. It travels into the blood and into the organs. It's fantastic. So one other point to take away with the breath is that when you are inhaling and exhaling, there is a small space in between that breath. And there's a space there that there's complete stillness. And it's actually a space where we're holding the breath subconsciously. And It's a space where when the busy mind is so busy, that monkey mind, and we're looking to just find that calm, centered, peaceful space.
Oh, all that chit chatter.
I know.
Where am I going?
Draw.
You know, I'm going shopping. I got to go here, go there, but you got to stay in that present.
Draw yourself into that connection. It's right in between the inhale and the exhale. Practice it at home. Tune into it. Before you know it, you'll start to calm your mind before you know it. So any other thoughts?
You know, this is some amazing tips. I mean, I really feel like it's some great things that people can do at home, which I think is great. You know, simple, easy things, and everything is a one step at a time solution to walk yourself into a healthier lifestyle. And I think that it's baby steps.
Yes, and practice makes perfect.
It does, absolutely.
And you know, it's all about the journey. So
It is.
It really
It's
is.
a great journey.
You know?
Exactly.
Just like in yoga, you know, we want that pose, but it's about the journey to the pose. So wherever you're at, just enjoy the journey, the wellness journey. And we will see you next time. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Alice.